There are only 3 steps to make the right decision in your life. I use it, my clients use it, and it works all the time. Step 1, is it a mind decision or a gut decision? Step 2, if it's mind, collect data, test, and decide. Step 3, if it's gut, sleep on it and trust your intuition. That's it. Now let me break it down for you. Imagine you've been postponing that big decision for weeks and you don't know how to do it. Should I be fast? Should I collect data? Or should I tap into my intuition, my inner knowledge, so to say? So ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, can I solve this problem with numbers, with the test, or with the clear framework? Or do I need to tap into my deeper knowledge? Do I need space? Do I need patience? Do I need to reflect on the topic? Because answering these 2 questions is going to save you weeks of overthinking. That's the step number 1 in our process of understanding how to make effective decisions. In step number 1, we identify and ask ourselves whether it's a gut or a mind-related decision we need to make. So now here in step 2, we are leaning towards left. That's meaning that's our mind that's going to solve the problem. Data, test, and decide. Our mind is very good at solving problems with clear metrics, deadlines, and frameworks. There are no feelings involved. This is basically a spreadsheet type of a problem. Rule number 1, don't ask anybody if the question you're trying to get answered can be solved with using math, meaning that Excel spreadsheet, or by testing it in the marketplace. The whole bottom line here is that you need to have your KPIs, your key performance indicators, in place so that you know what to lean back on. What is it that you're measuring, first of all? I'll give you 2 examples from my personal life. I've been a real estate investor. I've had a real estate development company. So I'm very clear on what my metrics are. If I have a buy and hold project, it's my cap rate, as simple as that. What if I do a new construction? It's basically my return on investment that I measure. Of course, ARV, after repair value, and purchase price matter too, but ultimately it's my return on investment in my projects. So what happens if you're still unclear or you can't decide? Then you have 2 problems, and here are the solutions. Number 1, start collecting data. If your business doesn't have the metrics in place, first you need to identify what those key numbers are and then start tracking them, because that's the only way how you can rely on math, that objective data. So it's not about feelings or subjective matters. It's only about spreadsheets, numbers, and math. Because here, when it comes to mind-related decisions, those are the things that matter. And then, what if you have all the data in place, but you still can't make a decision? Then you're afraid. Then you need to ask yourself, what is the fear? What are the consequences I can't handle? And the solution is to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Face the fear, practice it little by little, step by step. You don't numb the fear, you numb the feeling. That's it. Those are the only things. But usually businesses fall short because they don't have the numbers or the KPIs in place. So they can't make the decisions fast. So this is exactly what I meant in the beginning, that people use the wrong tools to make decisions. This type of stuff should be like this, in a nanosecond, since we have the numbers. We don't have to ask anybody. There are no second opinions. There are no feelings involved in step number 2. There are problems in life that cannot be solved with spreadsheets. These are the so-called intuition decisions. So we're not leaning to the left, we're leaning to the right. So this is gut. Call it intuition, your deeper knowledge, your inner energy, or whatever you want to call it. This is huge. This is my absolute favorite topic in life. Every single time, if I look back at my own life and I'm like, every time I made a wrong decision, I don't regret anything, but every wrong decision has been a gut-related decision, but I was forcing myself to use common sense, logic, numbers, and spreadsheets. So doing the exact same thing that I mentioned to you in my intro, using the wrong tools, trying to force something that cannot be forced. I need to sleep on it, take time, reflect, and tap into my inner energy. These are those ones, the big ones in your life. And usually what's common for these problems is that we usually get so much better at these the older we get. Why? Because intuition is the same as refined judgment. Experience makes you better. When you're younger, it's not very loud. Actually, it's very quiet. You can't really trust your intuition. But when you get older, these people talk about intuition a lot because they can tap into that inner energy. And these 3 big ones here that are related to personal life typically, they could be business related as well, are usually who you hang out with, what do you do for a living, and where do you live. These are the big 3 that people take so little time on to decide. If you think about it, how many of us have started dating with our high school sweetheart? We literally took maybe a second or an hour to decide on who our life partner is. And then we just end up being together. There's nothing wrong with that if you're happy. But I know so many people who are in unhappy relationships and they feel stuck because they didn't take time to decide on who they hang out with, who their spouse or life partner is, because that's probably the most important decision we make in our lives. So don't try to use your mind to decide on something that is gut or intuition related. That's usually the biggest problem and the biggest mistake we make. Okay, what about using myself as an example here? How do I tap into my intuition? That's really the big question here, right? So the answer here is that you need to be self-aware, talk to yourself, do a lot of self-reflection, understand who you are, where you come from. It's that navigation example where you turn your GPS finder on before you try to tap into your driving directions from your airport to your hotel. That's really the same thing here. So be self-aware, know yourself, who you are, live your life to the fullest. Don't shy away from any adversity because that's really usually the biggest recipe to get to know yourself. Have a lot of experiences because the more you have, the better you know yourself and the better decisions you make when it comes to your gut. So next time you're stuck on a decision, ask yourself, step number 1, is it mind or gut? If it's mind, collect data, test, and make a decision quickly. This is objective. This is numbers. This is spreadsheets. There are no feelings. If it's gut related, what do you do then? Then you pause, you reflect, you tap into your inner energy, also called your intuition. You take your time because these big ones, who you hang out with, where you live, and what do you do for a living, usually fall in this category. You'll be fine. Just make sure that you separate the two and you have the tools now in place for effective decision making. That's it for today. I hope you liked the video. I hope these messages and this content adds value in your life. If that's the case, I have an ask for you. It would mean a lot to me if you could share this video with someone who you think can benefit from this. That would help me grow my channel and make even better videos, better content down the road. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate all your time and your attention. I know it's your most valuable resource. And again, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.